Hey guys, what's up? It's Tetra Hub here, back with another video. Like I said in my intro trailer for the channel, I'm going to be starting coding tutorials, and I'm going to be teaching coding on Scratch. So, if you guys are new to coding or new to Scratch, you might be wondering, what is coding? So, when you talk to computers to make computers do certain things, you can't just talk to computers in English or any other regular language. Computers only recognize certain languages, and using Scratch is a way to talk to computers. So using this, you can make computers do certain things, like you could make games, animations, stories, and stuff like that. So that's what coding is. And Scratch is a platform that you can code on. So let's get into how to open Scratch now. So first thing, just open a new tab in Google, search Scratch, and then click on this thing, Scratch Imagine Program Share. If you're having trouble finding this link, I can post it in the description of this video too. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to sign up in Scratch. So now when you're making a project in Scratch, which is basically like a game or an animation, you can't save a project unless you sign up. So if you want to sign up, just click this join button here, and it'll show you what to do. Okay, so now I'm signed into my account, and once you've signed into your account, I'll just show you how to, like, the user interface in Scratch. So in Scratch, you could make games, animations, stories, whatever, or you could view what other people have made. And you can even comment on them, like the project and stuff like that. So if you're more interested in playing games that other people have made, then that'll be at this time in the video. But for now, let's just hop into like the user interface of making projects. So first thing is when you open Scratch, it'll look something like this, like when you sign in. And what you want to do to create a project, there are two ways of doing it. You could just click create here, or you could go to this file button, click on that, and then click on new project. So I'm just going to click create here because that's the easiest way to make a project. Just one click. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when you open a new project in Scratch. So you're going to have a cat here on the side and a bunch of blocks and buttons that might seem a bit confusing. So here's what it all is. So in Scratch you make games, animations, or anything like that, right? So here, this white box is where you see the result of what you've made. So for example, I'll just make this simple thing here. Uh, so here is where you see what happens when you run the code. So this is basically where you see the results. And to actually run the project, which is like playing the project, you need to press this green flag here on the top right. And if the project is being run, you can press this red octagon button to stop the project. So this is, like I said, the results, where you see the results. And down here is where you can add characters or backgrounds to the game, or your animation or whatever. So Scratch by default gives you a cat here. So if you want to get rid of that, just click on this trash can here, and you'll get rid of the cat. So to add new characters, you can hover over this cat sign here, and you can either search for a character in the Scratch character library, or you can draw your own character. You could randomly choose one from the library, or you could upload one from your computer. So one thing that might be confusing you is it says choose a sprite. Why does it say sprite? So in Scratch or in anything, a sprite is basically like a 2D graphic design. So yeah, it's basically like a character or an image, and it's in 2D. So here are the backdrops, which is basically the background. So you could do the same thing as before, choose one from the library, draw one, pick a random one, or upload one. So I'm just gonna choose one sprite. Okay, how about this car, or yeah, this bus right here. So once you import or bring in a new sprite, this white bar here shows you all the settings for that sprite. So like the direction here, which direction the sprite is pointing in, the like the X and Y, which is basically the position. It changes where the thing is. So that's the positioning. X is for the horizontal axis and Y is for the vertical axis. And then you've got size here. You could change the size. And here, this is really important. If you want to see your sprite, you gotta have this left I button checked and not this I with a cross, because when you click on that, the character will be hidden. So this is basically show or hide the sprite. And if you're working with multiple sprites, like for example, I'll just import a couple random ones. So if you have a lot of them, if you, whichever one you have selected right here shows the code of which one you're working on. So for example, I'll just put some random stuff here. Okay, so for example, you want to change the code of this motorcycle here. So if you want to add more stuff to the code of the motorcycle, first you gotta click on the motorcycle and then you can add what you want. But if you're in the giraffe tab and you want to add code to your motorcycle, that won't work. You have to click on the motorcycle first and then you'll be in the coding area for the motorcycle. So talking about that, this main area is the place where you code, like where you drag the blocks to code. So if you want to code your characters, you could just bring in blocks from here. And if you don't know how to code, don't worry, this is just the user interface video, like I said at the beginning. So just how to use Scratch, not how to code. In the next episode, part 2, I'll be teaching you the basics of coding. This is just like the interface, user interface. So yeah, this is where you see all your code, and this is where you can drag in blocks, like the scripts area. So you could just choose some blocks. Again, I'll be teaching you how to use them in the next tutorial. So here's where you see all the blocks, and you could of course change that to the costumes tab, which is basically the looks of your sprite. You could change this, and this is where you can add sounds and stuff like that. So again, if you want to code, you have to go to this code area here. And here you can add code and stuff. If you click on costumes, this is where you can change the looks of your sprite. Sounds is where you can um, add new sounds or edit the music that you already have. So next thing is backdrops. So backdrops is basically like the background. You can't move it and you can't change its size. You can't even show or hide it. And basically just an unmovable sprite. So same thing as before, you can add one from the Scratch library, or you could upload one from your computer. And yeah, like that. So once you're satisfied with your project, which I am not here, but I'll just do it for the sake of showing you. So once you're satisfied with your project and you want everyone out there to see it, then you could just click on this share button here. Click on share, and anyone in the world, in a few minutes, anyone in the world will be able to see your project if they search it up. So like when you're in the project page, once you click share, you'll be able to edit all of this. Like you can change its name, instructions like how to play, notes and credits, and people can comment on your project. They could like or favorite your project, and this is where you see the amount of views you've got. Oh, and also there's this problem. Sometimes the Scratch bad word detector, when you just type in some random stuff, it thinks you're typing some bad words like you're swearing or stuff like that. So I just don't mind that. I'll just change it to something so that it stops showing this. Okay. So yeah, this is how you share your project. Um, and if you want to see your project page, edit all of that before you share your project. I'll just show you how to do that. So you're coding your project here, and you want to edit the instructions in the title before you share your project. So here in this bar, you can type in the name, or you could click See Project Page to edit all of this. And stuff like that. And you might be thinking, why am I showing you how to share a project when you don't know how to code? Don't worry, that video is coming soon, like how to code, how to use Scratch, like how to code with Scratch. This is just like the user interface, like I said. So yeah, that's the interface for the coding part. So now, how to play games on Scratch and stuff like that. So it's kind of similar to Roblox. You just click on the Scratch icon here to go to the home page, and you have this giant search bar in the middle. You can click on that and search whatever you want to search. For example, I'll just search this. One of the games I made. Oh, sorry, forgot to show you. So once you search whatever you wanted to search, click enter, and you'll be given a bunch of options with games that have the same name or similar names. So you could choose whichever one you want to play. So I'll just choose this one. This is my old Scratch account. So like you can press the green flag to start, and yeah, red octagon to stop and stuff like that. And while you're playing, if you want to make it full screen, click on this button here, and you'll be playing it in full screen. So once you're done playing the game, like I said, you could click on the red octagon here, and you could click on this sign again to minimize the screen, and you'll be back in this tab. So yeah, that's how you play games. So now you could, this is stuff like see inside. So you could see how they made that project. You can see all the code they've done. Or you could click remix here to have this project, to have a copy of this project saved in your file. So you could edit it and share a remix of this project basically. And you can scroll down to see all their instructions and stuff. Uh, comments. So yeah, and also If you want to comment on someone's project, just click on this button, type in whatever you want to type, and press post. So yeah, that's how you play games. And also, if you want to see like some popular projects right now, like featured projects will show you some popular projects at the moment. And if you scroll down to the bottom, what the community is loving, that's basically what it means, what the community is loving, like some of the hottest games at the moment, similar to featured. And what the community is remixing, this is basically like what most people are remixing and stuff like that. Like, and also in Scratch, there's this thing called following. So if you know YouTube, like subscribing, following someone in Scratch is similar to subscribing to someone in YouTube. So when you follow someone in Scratch, you can see what they've done. Like when they've shared a new project, you get a notification and stuff like that. So like to follow someone, just say for example, I'll just search up Fortnite, and I see this guy, this game, and let's say I like this game. I can just click on this blue thing here, and I can click on follow, so I know whenever he creates a new game like that, because I enjoyed that game. So it's basically like YouTube, like subscribing in YouTube. And the next thing is studios. So studios are basically a bunch of games that are similar to each other. So, for example, I'll just search up, and if you here it'll show projects. If you change that to studios, you can see all the studios here. So once you click on one of the studios, like you could add projects to that studio that are related to the main topic. You could comment on that studio. You could follow the studio so that you know when something happens in that studio, when someone adds a project. And curators are basically like, if you're a curator, you can do a bunch of stuff like change the title of the studio, add new curators, add new projects, and stuff like that. If you're the manager, you have a lot of power over the studio. You can remove curators, you can add new curators, and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's about studios. If you click on activity, it'll just show you what happened what's been happening lately in the studio, the comments and stuff like that. And also, when you open Scratch, you might see this email button here, and it might have an orange circle on top of it. That just means you've received a new notification. So if you click on that, it'll show you all of your notifications, new comments, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically the user interface in Scratch, like the basic stuff, not how to code. The coding video will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And subscribe for more videos like this. I also upload videos on how to solve a Rubik's Cube, how to solve it faster, how to solve it even faster, and also piano videos and stuff like that. So if you're interested, please subscribe and leave a like in this video to support me. And yeah, so until next time, peace.